Hi, we are here live today with Yvette LaPierre. Correct me if I said that
That's
incorrect.
correct.
From the IMED program at the University of North Dakota. And I'm going to let you explain what that is because you're going to be able to explain it better than I do.
Okay. Well, my quick little PowerPoint is a good overview of what InMed is and what we do. If
Let's
we want to
see.
start there.
I will see if I can push play. Okay, so we're going to do. I think Derek just showed me how to do this. And feel free to explain kind of where you're at, why I'm looking to get
Okay.
this up.
Sure. Well, so I'm representing the Indians into Medicine program, also known as InMed, at the University of North Dakota. And the InMed program's been around since 1973. So exciting for us as this is our 50th year. So we're having lots of 50th celebrations here.
That is exciting.
Yeah,
All right. Are you seeing this,
I
Yvette?
am. Yes.
Okay. I
And
am just looking to see. Now, does this have audio and everything, or am I just going to
no,
click through these as you talk?
just click through them. Yeah, you don't need
Perfect.
to.
Okay.
Yes.
I
Okay.
can do that. That's right down
Great.
my speed. Okay.
All right. And are you seeing Kathleen and Brittany? Have they joined yet or?
I do not see them yet, so
Okay.
we
All
will
right. Well,
go
I will
ahead and
forge ahead then. All right. So, as we see here, InMed is a comprehensive education program. So, what we do is we provide all sorts of supports, anything students need, American Indian and Alaska Native students to be successful in their program. And so we were started, like I said, in 1973, really because they recognized the lack of health care in Indian country. And so they decided that one of the best ways to work on that was to train American Indian students to enter healthcares. And I believe I see Kathleen Fredericks there. So I'll maybe do
yes.
a quick introduction. So again, I'm Dr. Yvette LaPierre, and I'm the academic advisor of the InMed program, and I work primarily with medical students and graduate students. And Kathleen, do you want to give a quick introduction?
Sure. I apologize. I'm not sure what happened to my internet, but I'm on my phone. This is kind of unusual for me. But my
Well, I'm
name is
glad you
Kat.
figured it out on your phone. That's probably better than what I could have figured out.
Oh my gosh, I don't know how I did it, but I got it. So. I'm an old timer, and technology is not my best friend. So I'm Kathleen Fredericks. I serve as student advisor, and my primary role is to work with the undergrads. I work with the incoming freshmen and basically all levels that are undergrad, and it's kind of exciting because it's new for me. Actually, this is probably my fourth, fifth year working with undergrads. But thank you for inviting us. And actually, I'm enrolled at Fort Berthold. If you know where Fort Berthold is, that's in western North Dakota. I'm Hiradza.
Oh, well, I am so pleased to have you both join me today. And I'm Elizabeth from the Montana Educational Talent Search Program. And so what we've started doing is a series of online live interviews for programs and universities that we just can't physically afford to get our kids to on a regular basis. So then this way they can jump on the live call and ask questions. Most of the times they're too shy to actually ask questions. So I do most of the asking, but they can watch it with us live, and then they can also have access to it post interview. So then they can go back and get all the good information at a time that is convenient for them as well. And I am just beyond impressed with your program. So I am really, really excited to have you both here today. And Kathleen, we just started going through a PowerPoint that we had started. And if we want to get back to that, we can. And you just let me know when you want me to go to the next slide.
Okay, that sounds good. Well, Kathleen has been with the program for a good number of years. So I'm going to let her talk a little bit more about the program and what we do.
Oh, sure. Well, the program has been on the UND campus for 50 years. We're celebrating our 50th in April, and it's going to be exciting because we're bringing back our alumni and former employees. It's going to be a big celebration coming up. So we're looking forward to that. But as far as the things, we provide support services throughout the year. And we're quite busy during the summer. It seems like the summer is our busiest time because we offer summer programs. We have the Summer Institute and the Med Prep program and the Climb program. During the academic year, we provide ongoing support for our registered IMED students who are here. Well, actually, now we have a lot of students who are distance using that format. So we do have about 100 students at any given time. And
we can probably switch to the next slide if that helps.
Okay, so the next slide. Okay, what do we have on this next slide? I can barely see that thing.
Okay, so it talks a little bit. So it's kind of the different programs we have. And as Kathleen said, the first one is Summer Institute. And that is our academic enrichment program for grades 7 through 12. And it's a program that brings students onto campus at UND. They live in the dorms, they eat on the residence hall, and they take courses in a number of STEM courses, do a little research, maybe some shadowing of healthcare professionals. Let's see, lots of fun stuff. They do some fun things too, don't they, Kathleen? I think they take some field trips. Things.
Yes, they take field trips. They do activities on campus. They go bowling. They just do a lot of fun things to keep themselves busy so they don't have time to get lonesome. We don't like to see students hanging out in the dorms. It's pretty much nonstop from the time to get up. But yeah, they are very busy.
That's good for kids that age. I think they need it more than the little kids. But I did have a question when I was looking into your program for that, and it was saying that the costs incurred are completely covered by the Indian Health Service Grant. If I have students that are looking to apply for it, what should they be prepared to pay for? Transportation or anything else?
The program covers all the
Brittany is here just in time.
Oh, good.
This is Brittany Belgard, and I'll let her introduce herself some more. But Brittany is the energy and the brains behind the Summer Institute. So we've just had a few questions about what is Summer Institute and how much does it cost for students?
Oh, yeah, definitely. First of all, bonjour, hello. My name is Brittany Belgard. Sorry for the wind. The only quiet place I could find in Albuquerque was outside. I am the coordinator for outreach, programming, and education with the Indians into Medicine program, and I coordinate our Summer Institute program. But I know you had some questions about the cost, and it is a completely free program. We pay for room and board, and we also pay for transportation. If we do any field trips, we pay for that as well. Students should expect to pay for like the essentials that they might need while they're there. Hygiene products, laundry soap, extra spending money if there's different things they want to buy. But as far as room and board or meals when we go on field trips and anything that we do on field trips is completely paid for.
That's amazing. There's not very many programs that get to say that. So I know that would make a lot of my students excited to check it out and see if they could get in. Is it hard to get in? Is it pretty competitive?
So it is a national program. So we do take students from across the country. We take 48 students each year, and we usually get around 100 to 125 applications each year. So it is a competitive program. When reviewing applications, we look at their GPAs, their math, science, and overall GPAs, as well as their they have to write a autobiographical sketch. So we see kind of what they're interested in, what they want to do after high school, things like that. And then they also send in 2 letters of recommendation. So those all play into part with our matrix for acceptance into the program.
Do you have any advice for students on classes to take or what GPA to aim for?
We always say 3.0 is the best, obviously, but anything around a 2.5 up to 4.0 is really great. We don't discourage them just because if they might have struggled a little bit in a few classes, that's fine. Our program is here to enrich students and to help them develop those strengths in those programs to prepare them to do better and be successful in the upcoming year. Some classes we encourage them to take is if they have the opportunity to move forward in math and science classes and take a little bit of math classes, definitely take advantage of that. Just because those do get ranked a little bit higher because they will be at an advanced level.
Nice. Well, we were just going through some slides, so we can continue doing that, or we can keep going with what we were doing just now. It's kind of up to you ladies how you had planned.
Well, we can maybe talk quickly about some of our other programs. They're really probably for students who are more advanced in college and even out of college, but we'll let you all know quickly about them. But you might have more questions about Summer Institute.
Okay, yeah, we can go back to that too.
Sure. So another summer program that Kathleen and I work on together is called the Med Prep program. And that is for students who are juniors or seniors in college or even out of college and are getting ready to enter medical school. And they need to prepare for a big exam called the MCAT exam. And so our summer Med Prep program is for those upperclassmen to get ready to apply to medical school. But we also support students during the academic year who are UND students, undergraduate, graduate, and medical students. And one of the kind of the nice things about the program too, the IMED program, and this is part of where it started, is we reserve 7 seats out of every entering medical school class at UND for American Indian, Alaska Native students who come into medical school through the IMED program. So if any of your students are thinking medical school in the long term, we have lots of programs that will help with that. We also have the world's first Indigenous Health PhD program. So again, when they're first in college and then out of college and then ready for the next step, lots of programs at UND to support them from 7th grade all the way through medical school and graduate programs.
That's great.
Yeah, so our next slide so these are just kind of some of the services that we provide mostly during the academic year. Again, our students, we have some financial support through emergency loans. We have activities, presentations, events, both social, cultural, help them with scholarships, some things like that. We hire tutors that are free for students to use. Kathleen does a lot of work with the undergraduate students, providing just advising and advocacy, helping them through undergraduate. And at the end of the year, the students, when they graduate, we hold an honoring ceremony for all our InMed graduates. And that's what that picture is. That's last year's honoring ceremony.
I love all the star quilts. They're amazing. Yeah. You've got all these great pictures with all these great quilts.
Yeah. Anything you want to add to that, Kathleen? All the work you do with students?
Sure. Like for activities and presentations, I try to line up some presenters to come in and meet with the undergrads and talk about like maybe research or applying for national and international scholarships, just ways to support them so that, especially if they're interested in medicine, the pre-med students to beef up their application and finding ways for them to get out and do some shadowing and maybe reaching out to the hospitals and trying to get them, set up so they can shadow physicians like at IHS facility, for example. But we are here to support students, whatever it takes. if it's to write a letter of recommendation, maybe somebody's applying for the 4 Directions summer research program at Harvard. That's something that was just requested for here. But we don't provide scholarships, but we are here to support students in any way that we can.
That's great. That is really great.
And let's see, the next slide, that just gives you an idea of where some of our current first and second year medical students are, their tribal affiliations, just to give a sense that we have, again, like as Brittany said, students from across the country. So, and we often have students from the Montana area. So always happy to have Montana students. We find that they're usually they're very strong students, but there you can just kind of see a list of students, and UND kind of consistently ranks number one or in the top of universities that are graduating American Indian physicians. And last one is just a few more pictures from around, and there's the medical school and health sciences. So we support students again in all the allied healths, and that includes social work and counseling, dietetics, occupational therapy, physical therapy, nursing, just about any health related field you can think of.
All right, I'm going to see if this works. All right, that slideshow was great. I really appreciated that. You guys kept answering all my questions before I could ask them. So that means it was beyond well prepared. So do you guys have any information on what the first year graduates look like for job placement? Do you have any percentages, or is that also just something you help them with as job placement once they're graduating?
That we are
It's something
not
that
so much.
No.
Okay. So that's something they would go through the main university for?
Right. Career
Okay.
counseling. We work more with students, I would say, who are pursuing graduate level schooling, helping
Okay.
them get into graduate and professional schools.
So the next level of college success. So, well, and that's really good to have help with that. Do you want to talk about maybe some of the challenges your students have and how you guys are able to support them through that? And Brittany, I just have you on mute because of the wind. So feel free to just give me a wave if you want to jump in. Okay.
Do you want to take that one, Kathleen?
Challenges at what level? Would this be undergrad or medical school?
You can do both, since it's kind of a specialized program. I know my students that are going to be utilizing this interview are going to be interested in kind of what pertains to them as a Native American, Native Alaskan student. I think that's what we really work with them the most on, is how they're going to feel comfortable going on a university outside of their comfort zone, and what kind of challenges and supports they're going to be able to work with.
For me, I would say as a student advisor, it's kind of a challenge to pull in the younger students to come see me, because they probably feel like they can go at it on their own. And I just want to keep tabs on them to make sure that they're doing okay. So I will set up like a one-on-one with them, if it's Zoom or in person, whatever their preference is. But I just want to touch base with them as much as I can. And it's kind of a challenge to pull in those younger ones. Once they get going and they realize that, hey, it's okay to ask for help, then they come back and they respond a lot quicker. So I think that's what the challenge is for the younger students.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think sometimes they, well, like all students, they have some homesickness, miss home. And I know that's one of the things that's part of why I would say Kathleen keeps such close tabs on them. She works at the American Indian Center. That's where her office is. So it's a great place for students to come, to hang out, to meet tutors, to hang out with other students, and just kind of have a little bit of a home away from home. There's a kitchen and couches and TV, and we encourage them to come and form community there.
Mm-hmm. And there's a meditation room in the building as well. We have like
Nice.
cedar, sage, sweetgrass. You know, if a student wants to come in and meditate, to smudge, that is available
nice.
for them.
They have such better stuff at colleges than they did when I went to school. It is amazing when we take kids to visit colleges or we do these great interviews. I was like, I want to go back to school. It's amazing.
And I'm correct, aren't I, Kathleen, that students are allowed at UND to smudge in their dorm rooms?
I believe so, as long as they are notified in advance, you know, the staff.
Yeah, so they know what's happening. That's always good.
As long as a safety officer as well as like a dorm RA is notified that a student will be smudging, they are able to do that in their dorm rooms as well.
That's awesome. Brittany, I guess this question's more for you. Do you see a lot of the students that participate in the Summer Institute come back as students of the university?
Yeah, we definitely see some students that do matriculate into UND. A lot of our students that do come from us, that come from the reservations, do attend their tribal college and then transfer to the university. But we do have students that do come straight to the university upon graduation of high school. We currently have one student who is in the nursing program, and then we have another student who will be graduating in May. And another student, and I'm not sure what he's studying, but he's a freshman, and they're all doing really great. So yeah, it's really good that they get the experience of being on campus during the summer, and it helps them with transitioning and becoming a freshman and a new incoming student, because they're familiar with campus, they're familiar with the dorms, they're familiar with the town. So it really gives them that experience to make sure that that transition goes a little bit smoother and it's not so much of a culture shock.
Yeah, that transition and being familiar with your surroundings has to help so much.
Yes.
And that's one thing when we talk to the university admissions, we're going to ask about transfer programs from tribal colleges and what kind of seamless transition they can help make, because it's so much nicer when you can do your undergraduate or your associates and then transfer in. So that's really nice.
Yeah, and as you talk about the transition too, the university has many advisors in their programs. Like we have Kathleen, and in our nursing program, we have the recruitment and retention American Indian nurses. And then we also have the student diversity and culture, student inclusion department. And the advisors are really good with working with students to help transition them from tribal college, to see what classes are going to transfer. Oh, well, maybe you should take this one before you transfer, then you'll have it done before you get here. So they're really great to work with.
Well, that's good, because then we can recommend that they go ahead and get a hold of a counselor before they start signing up for all their classes. That's nice to know. And you ladies have been so amazing. I was just looking through my questions. You've literally basically pre-answered everything that I had. And I don't think we have anyone brave enough today to ask us a question. So if you think that there's anything that we missed that you want to share about your program, by all means, please, that you just share away.
Yeah, for sure. I guess I'll go first, and then I'm going to leave because this wind is so bad and I don't want you to get a bunch of background noise while the other ladies go. But yeah, the Summer Institute program application is now available, and that can be found on our website at med.und.edu/inmed. And applications are due April 1st. So please, if you have any questions while filling out the application, please reach out to me. I'm currently at AHEC this week, but I'll be back and available to answer any questions starting on Thursday.
Nice. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you.
You're not the first person that I've been on a Zoom with from AHEC today.
Yes.
Everyone is busy.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. I appreciate it.
Have a good day, ladies. Thank you so much for having us, Elizabeth.
Bye, Brittany.
Bye, Britt.
Ha.